Hello, so this is a short video on an example of using EFT tapping to deal with the emotional stress around breast cancer. I'm going to use fear as our focus, but again, you can put in wherever you're at, grief, sadness, anger. And first, let's put it on an intensity scale from 1 to 10, with 10 being the worst it could ever be, and 1 being not even noticeable. So we'll tuck that number away and remain aware. Remember that for later. I'll first show you the points we'll be using. Usually we'll be using 2 to 4 fingers in order to get the general area, which will be good enough. So one of the first ones will be the karate chop point, which is on the side of the hand, and I usually use 4 fingers here. Again, just gentle to medium pressure is all that's needed. And that's actually what we'll use that just in the beginning. Otherwise, the points will be here at the beginning of the eyebrow, on the outside of the eye, almost to the front of that bone, underneath the nose, underneath the lips, underneath the collarbone, and just to the side of the sternum. And I usually use all 5 fingers here, just to get it a little bit deeper as well. The next one is underneath the armpit, about 3 inches down, and I use 4 fingers here. Right on the side of the ribs. And then the last one's on the top of the head. Again, for any of these, you can actually use both hands, but one hand is found to be just as effective, one side of the body. So as we go along, I'll be saying statements, and if you could simply repeat after me, and please insert any words that you want to change or insert just to make it even more applicable to your situation, something that really feels right for you. So let's begin. So we'll first start with this karate chop point over here. So even though I'm overwhelmed, I accept that is where I am right now. And again, just please be repeating right after me. Even though I have so many fears and worries, I accept and love myself. Even though these fears are huge and powerful and never-ending, I fully and completely love and accept myself. And we go to the eyebrow. This breast cancer and the outside of the eye, it is real underneath the eye, and so are all my fears. Underneath the nose, I have no idea how this is going to go. Underneath the mouth, I'm afraid I'll die. I'm afraid I will lose my breasts. What will it do? What will it do to my relationships? I'm afraid for my kids. Underneath the armpit, I'm afraid for myself. On top of the head, I don't want to go through this. But I have to. Inside of the eyebrow, outside of the eye, I know I have to. I've got to get this together. I've got to do this. Underneath the nose, but it's all too much. Underneath the mouth, it's all too much. I'm in uncharted territory. Underneath the armpit, but I can do this. I can take it one day at a time on top of the head. I'm strong enough to figure this out. I'm going to win all of these fears one day at a time. I got this. I got this. So if you just take 3 deep breaths and notice what you feel. A lot of times people feel their body just relaxed even if they don't even say any words at all. Where are you at on the intensity scale with this emotion? So to notice that. So I encourage you to now return to the article for a few more tips on how to do this on your own.